welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Rex, and there's a whiskey over there somewhere.
Yeah, this time it's a gift from Mike Calabrese.
Mike Calabrese, you magnificent bastard.
Okay, so
What is it?
this is a weird one.
Hey, maybe we take this opportunity for me to go in like super fresh and blind. Because I'm over here, just pour something in there.
Done.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm not going to tell you about what's in the
lemonade
glass,
from
but I'll
the-
tell you about who made it.
Yeah.
So this is from Pennsylvania. All Pennsylvania grain. I'm not telling you what it is yet.
Wait, it's American whiskey.
It's American whiskey.
You dick.
No, but that's, dude, one smell.
Well, still, but I want the credit.
Oh,
I want
okay.
the credit.
Okay. Where do you
American
think this
whiskey.
is from, Rex?
Pennsylvania American whiskey.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You're impressive. So they're using a
Oh man,
column still
This is finished in something.
from a German family, the Carl Artisan Stills. It's at least 2 years old, and it's called Whitetail.
The reason why I'm saying this is probably finished in something is because there's this really fruity, rich fruity nose coming out of this thing. I haven't tasted it yet.
No, it's not finished.
Man, are you kidding me? It's
I am
like
not
a
kidding.
strawberry fruit jam.
Yeah, the smell is super candy sweet.
Yeah, they got that out of a column still. And just standard oak barrels.
Yep. You want to know the mash bill?
Oh, am I still doing that?
What's the dominant grain, Rex?
Strawberries.
Nailed it. It's corn. This is a bourbon. It's at least 2 years old. And it's 70% corn.
Man, here's the thing. That corn is so sweet and vibrant. On the nose, it presents as a strawberry preserve, a strawberry jam. On the taste, it's like a candied maraschino cherry.
Yeah, that's weird.
Bam.
So this is actual Pennsylvania corn. It's a Wapsie?
Oh, not
Wapsie
yellow
Valley
dent.
corn.
So yellow dent's going to be your standard.
It's
go-to.
not yellow dent.
Not yellow dent.
It's 70% local corn.
That's an interesting corn. I like what this does.
And then it's 15% Danko rye.
Dude, I like what this does.
And then roughly 10% malted barley, 5% malted rye.
Yeah.
So there's a percentage of malted rye in there, not just malted barley. And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
does
Wapsie
have this
lopsy?
like grassy note.
Did you say wapsie lopsy?
Wapsie Waxahachie. Waps, that's Texas. Wapsie Valley. And I'm probably mispronouncing that.
Did they say the varietal of corn there?
It's just Wapsie Valley corn.
Wapsie Valley corn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta remember that.
The world famous Wapsie Valley corn.
It's gonna be.
From Pennsylvania.
My God, if you want sweetness in your whiskeys, candied, fruity sweetness.
There is an underlying slight grassy note, though.
Yeah, it's
You see what I mean? It's subtle.
Yeah, it's underneath it, and the more you go back and you acclimate to that dominant flavor.
What proof you think you're ringing in at?
Honestly, this feels like a 46 to 50.
Impressive. It's 45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vibrance of those flavors, I'm surprised it's 45 actually. That much.
Well, did you take a sip?
I did.
Even if you spread it around, it doesn't get that aggressive. But it is not boring.
Yeah.
It definitely has a richness to it.
Yeah, the flavors are super present for 45%.
I wonder what an episode would feel like if I don't start talking on the tail end of your sentence. Would it be really boring?
It'd be easier to edit.
It would be easier to edit, yeah. Sorry, Dan.
And yeah, the grassy note, you don't really acclimate to that as quickly as you do to that big candied fruit note. That gets more and more tame over time. And this sweet tea, grassy, almost a honey, but not quite, character starts to become more present.
I don't know about I get the sweet tea the same way you do.
No, you don't get the sweet tea.
No, I
It's like the grassy note in combination, leaning up against that sweet tea for me.
So I'm actually getting like Honey Nut Cheerios of all things. Like this grainy cereal note.
Yeah,
even though it's corn.
I can definitely see a cereal note. Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm so rarely do the cereals, man. I'm too far off from the cereals.
That's the only one I do, is Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I eat it correctly.
I'm not asking. You want me to ask. You're begging me to ask.
I do. Yeah.
All right. Everybody else is asking. Go ahead.
The mistake on cereal is to pour a bowl of milk and fill it with cereal. And then sit down and eat it.
Right.
Terrible idea. Your first 4 or 5 bites are amazing, and then it turns to completely.
Hold on. I think I know what is about to happen.
What?
I already don't eat breakfast because I don't have the time. It's too tedious. I don't
Yeah.
really like the foods that are typical in breakfast. I don't want to mess with it. Did you find a way to make the tedium of breakfast even more tedious?
Yeah. But every bite is worth it. So you pour a full bowl of milk.
Okay.
And then you have to keep the box at the table with you.
Right.
You dust the top with cereal, 1 layer,
Right.
and then you eat it all.
Hold on. I think I have a way. I'm hacking your method.
Okay.
You get 2 bowls. One with the milk, one with the cereal. Then you
Cereal,
spoon.
milk,
Yes.
mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you want it a little wetter than that though. But you could just time it by doing that. Let it sit in the milk slightly. Yeah, that would work.
This is solving a problem I will never have.
No, I dust the top, eat the layer, dust the top, eat the layer until I get down to the last of the milk, and then you just drink the rest of the milk.
Now, are you a skim or a whole or a 2% guy?
Whole.
That's why you're so fat.
Whole milk.
That's why you're so fat.
That's right.
Because you're fat.
That's how you get these guns. Whole milk.
Okay.
That's what I tell my boys anyway. Oh, by the way, I have a kid story from this week.
Okay.
That's
why people tune in to listen
No.
to
It made me so proud.
middle-aged dads tell stories
No,
about
it
their
made me
children.
so proud I have to tell it on camera. My boys were doing something that we're not supposed to do.
Right.
And I came walking into the room and I said, "Jackson and Cash," and Jackson shouts, "Parlay!"
Right. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And I lost it. And I could not discipline them after that.
All right.
Yeah.
You can use that same, if you can get a cop to laugh,
Yeah.
you don't get any.
Oh, my buddy
Yeah.
used one.
Yeah.
He got pulled over and the cop said, "Son, I've been waiting for you all day." And my buddy said, "I got here as fast as I could." And the cop started laughing and let him off with a warning.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. I once told a cop, because I got pulled over for an expired registration. It's 2016 on my car, by the way. Lex beat my old record. It's over 4 years.
There were 4 years.
Over 4 years, Alex. Out
But
of
see,
date.
you can get away with that when you only go home and work.
Yeah, like
Your car's never parked in public.
It's not. Yeah. But anyways, I got pulled over for the registration a couple years back, and he said, "Hey, get it taken care of. It's a warning, whatever." And as he's writing the warning, right, he sees a backpack in the floorboard passenger seat, and he goes, "What's in there?" It says 17 pounds of marijuana.
No, you didn't.
I did. And he looked at me, and I looked at him. There's this moment, and then he busted up laughing. He says, "Get out of here."
You're so white
I am.
that you can get away with that joke.
Right. We got Billy Themester. So I've noticed not only does a whiskey change in the glass while you're sipping over time, but the whiskey in the bottle changes from the first pour right after you open it. The flavor balance changed dramatically after a few weeks and 5 or 6 pours. Have you had any bottles you love that turned in a direction you hated, or vice versa? Started hating it, but it evolved into a good profile. He's talking about neck pour.
Yeah, and yes, as a matter of fact, one we blended, I really disliked, and then like a month later, I went back to that half-empty little bottle,
Right.
to remember how much I didn't like it, and I loved it.
Man, here's why it's so tricky.
Totally changed.
It's so tricky to put a pin in exactly what worked and what didn't. For example, right, you blended something, but we both know over time the flavors will marry and change to a point where they eventually they are what they are.
Yep.
So right after you blend something, it could be wildly different. Same thing with the neck pour. Like, there's so many different factors that can affect how you are perceiving the flavors and experiencing the flavors, and even in the nose in that whiskey.
That's why I really love that when like people like Compass Box blend things, not always, but
Right.
sometimes they'll blend and then rebarrel.
Right.
And then let it just sit, and then they'll taste it and bottle it as they like it. Because
Yeah.
at that point, you've had more of a chance for everything to marry together. If time was not an issue with whiskey, so many things could be done to make it interesting and consistent. But it's like when you're facing like, look, we waited 10 years to release this.
Right.
Let's wait another 2 while it marries. It's like, no, we need to get this thing out because you have to get paid.
Well, I think all of those unpredictable elements are part of what makes whiskey more interesting.
Yes.
And the thing with a lot of people that obsess over the neck pour, I was like, I've had whiskeys that from fresh bottle to the pour to all the way through to the end, multiple bottles doing the same thing. It didn't really change. Other bottles, yes, I've had the same experience as what was described in the comment here. And I'm wondering, is that really a dramatic difference in the first pour of a whiskey and how it changes over time after the bottle is opened? Or is it the person who has changed?
Yeah.
Perhaps they approached the bottle at a different time of day, or they had a meal that's an hour earlier that's dramatically affecting the whiskey. It's really hard to tell.
Yes, that's always been my opinion. I am not a huge fan of like the neck pour is different. You got to wait. Because I think there's so many factors that go into how you taste whiskey that you cannot narrow it down to that. I've never had something change more than 10% from opening for the first time to trying it again later. And every time, if I really look back, I could attribute that to time of day. I could attribute it to what I ate before.
Yeah.
I could attribute it to whether I showered. All manner of things.
No, we did a whole episode talking about the tasting truth snobs don't want you to know, and a lot of it's going through the subjectivity of taste. Things that are consistent, are measurable, with Eric Waite, a wine sommelier. And then things that are absolutely so subjective that you can stump like the best of the best, the most celebrated experts in their field of tasting.
So much of whiskey is people making objective statements about a subjective reality that I have very little patience for that.
Yeah, and then if you have anything that falls outside the lines of their subjective opinion, you are Satan incarnate.
I'm looking at you, Jimmy Leg.
Jimmy freaking Leg.
We haven't busted his balls recently enough.
No, he showed up in a recent Tribe episode.
Yeah.
He's shitting on the column still. The column still's hot garbage and I hate it and you're all bad people. Dude. Does it taste good? If it tastes good, it's fine. It tastes good. We got Colby Myers 12. Can't look at Daniel the same after he eats wings with a knife and fork, right? Try sitting at the table with that happening. Like the server comes over and I just want to apologize. Like,
I've just lost my appetite.
I'm so sorry this is happening right now.
You want to know who busted my balls the most? Because I eat like that because I find it way more convenient. But
so, like, convenient coming from a guy who has like an 8-step process to eat a bowl of cereal.
I like it. I like it. But we were eating lunch somewhere and someone said, "Why do you eat with your fork upside down?" And my sister said, without even looking up, because he thinks he's British.
Right.
I was like, oh, ow.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Sarah.
Yeah. I have ancestors that were from England. It's like, yeah, sit down, redneck. Eat your wing.
Sit down and eat your wings.
All right. Here's fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
You steal me, you steal your lover's heart.
If you drink, may you drink with us.